checking out what to do this holiday weekend, and he is actually hanging out at the Air and Space Museum. Good morning, Dave. What's going on out there?
Is that the Starlight Bowl behind you, Dave?
Well, it is going to be... What's that?
Is that the old Starlight Bowl behind you?
Yes, it is the old Starlight Bowl behind me.
That was legendary.
And what is this? Look at this. This is not...
It's the SR-71.
This is not a drone.
No, wow. Oh.
Yes, it is.
That's the one that flew on San Diego Bay. There's famous pictures of that. Is that the one?
That's exactly right. And, you know, that's why San Diego is so important, because it's the birthplace of naval aviation more than a century ago. And, of course, KUSI and Good Morning San Diego, we were live during all of those celebrations and ceremonies. But now we are taking to the sky in a whole new way, thanks to new technology that allows all of us actually to kind of operate in the sky in a little way. Although when it first came out, there were no regulations because it was so brand new. But now the FAA has caught up, and so there are things in place that allow us to do it, but to do everything in a safe way. We are talking about drones. And so inside there at the world-famous San Diego Air and Space Museum, more famous, by the way, than the Smithsonian, we're going to be going inside and having a little bit of fun today. That is not a drone. Now, but I will say this. Look at that plane, that's a Southwest Airlines, right? And of course, many flights come in and out of Lindbergh Field. Busiest single runway airport on Earth. But it's because we're so close to the airport, you're not allowed to fly a drone within, I think it's 5 miles of an airport. So that's one of the many considerations. Let's talk a little weather, and then we'll talk to the people in charge here and find out what's going on, because this can be a fun-filled day at San Diego's Adventureland, also known as the San Diego Air and Space Museum. Take a look at current conditions at... I really do. I love just this banner. Look at this.
We love that you love being there. I feel like I'm there with you.
See this banner right here?
Mm-hmm.
See the big red circle?
Yes.
Fun for all.
The other banner I love is this. Look, this is a museum.
Yeah.
What museum in the world has the words enter? Can you read it up there, Jason and Elizabeth?
Enter for fun, sure.
Enter for fun.
That's right.
It is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't say enter to be surrounded by a bunch of dusty relics.
Right. I know.
It's such a cool place, though.
So what's the deal, Dave? It looks like it's very quiet there. Are folks, it's still quiet right now, right?
The deal is, if we have enough time.
Yeah.
Yes, it's quiet right now, Elizabeth. That's exactly right. It's very, very quiet. But here's the thing. If we have enough time, we can bust a move and go right through the doors that say enter for fun. You tell me if we have enough time to do it, because I got to find out if the drones are there.
Okay, well, let's see. Communication to our producer. Do we have time for Dave to enter live on the air? Yes, we do, Dave.
We have been told
Or
yes.
do you want...
We
Really?
will follow you.
Okay, watch this. Because following me in is going to be the CEO of this incredible Adventureland.
Oh, the build-up.
Right. Here we go. He's excited.
Look at him go. We're going.
Come on, wonderful Will. I've never seen wonderful Will actually run through the Air and Space Museum. Oh my goodness, there they are. It's filled with something in the sky. What's going on? Everyone's just chilling. You guys are just chilling. Look at it. Look at this. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name?
Lawrence.
Lawrence, my pleasure.
Nice.
You guys are incredible. Mel,
Yes,
what's your
Carlo.
name? Carlo, my pleasure.
Adrian.
Adrian.
Alex.
Alex, you guys are just...
Kyle.
Kyle, you're all set for something like going to the Mars or something. What's going on? Who can...
I can explain.
Wait a minute. Okay, come on over here.
Sure.
All right, we're talking to a team of people I've never met them. I don't know. What is the name of the
Company? It's Action Drone Inc.
All right. Now, there's one thing, Jason Elizabeth, have you noticed something? That already we've broken the rules.
You have.
Oh,
2 rules
no,
we've broken
Dave.
already.
Oh, Dave.
What?
Come on now.
Number 1, we ran through the San Diego Air and Space Museum. That's never
Yeah.
been done before.
Yeah.
What you just saw has never been attempted or completed. Because usually the armed guards will come and stop you
Right.
at that point. Here's the deal.
Yes.
And do you know what other rule we've broken?
What's that? You didn't pay to get
This
in?
team has... No, it's right there.
Oh.
Keep off
Look at
the
you.
stage.
Yeah, it's not flying the
It says,
drones.
please keep off the stage.
We're all hanging out.
All of your stuff, look at this. Everything you guys have is on the stage. It says, please keep off the stage. So, all right. That's what the world of drones is. Breaking
We're
the
rebels.
rules. Yeah, we're rebels.
We're rebels.
Yeah. Look at all this high-tech stuff.
Yeah.
It's come a long way, hasn't it?
It has. And we want to be able to bring it to the museum. And what we're trying to do is basically create a way so that the museum becomes a central hub for drone understanding.
All right.
Yeah.
What I want to understand right now is when are the drones going to take to the sky?
Hey, let's get flying, guys. Come on.
Can we actually have a drone? Look at that. Is that a tiny drone?
Yeah, that's the one of
Bring that over here. Can you put that thing in the air? Who can put the fastest drone in the air? Who can put any drone? Look, he's going to throw. Wait, are you going to throw it? Okay, let's show. Before you leave, we're going to get this little. It just looks like a little toy.
Yep.
Let's go. And he's got a virtual reality thing on. There it goes. That thing is fast. It looks like something out of Star Wars. It looks like something out of Star Wars. Let me ask, Jim is the CEO. When you were a kid, and you are one,
Yes, totally.
still a kid.
These guys are keeping me
Did you
young.
ever think you'd see things like this?
Never.
Because you've been in the Navy. You're a pilot. You
Absolutely.
understand these things. Look
Hey,
at this.
I can't fly these, and I can land on an aircraft carrier at night. That's what's scary.
That's what's scary. We're going to be right back in just a little while, you guys. It's a whole new world out here. First of all, they've broken the rule, Jim. What's the penalty for... Look at that sign right there. Wonderful Will.
Lucky to still be in the building.
Yeah. Lucky to still be in the building. Please keep off the stage.
Oh, my
Hey,
goodness.
Dave, I'm just curious. What is Jim's last name and what aircraft did he fly in the Navy? Curious.
Oh, this is Jim Kidrick.
Okay.
We call
Yeah.
him Jimmy the Kid. Jimmy Kidrick.
Yeah.
And he was a Navy pilot. And he flew
Actually, mostly A4s and
A4s. I was
A7s.
just about to say that.
I know you were close.
A4.
But is-
What's the difference between an A4, A7, and an F-14, which is the one?
In the movie Top Gun, it was the smaller airplane flying the adversary against the F-14 at the time. It was a light attack aircraft for the Navy, designed by Ed Heinemann, very exciting airplane. And single seat versus two seat airplane. But
So a little smaller,
a little smaller, a
little more compact.
very agile.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
In fact, Senator
smaller,
John
more
McCain
agile.
was flying an A4 when he was shot down in the Vietnam War. So, all right, Dave, great stuff. Love the drones. We'll get back to you
You
shortly.
okay, you guys?
Thanks, Dave.
Well, a lot of people are going to be traveling over.
With that, we're going to send things out to Dave Scott. He's hanging out at the Air and Space Museum. Good morning, Dave.
Thank you so much, Amy.
Hello.
Hi, Dave. Do you hear me? Take it away,
Is this
Dave.
Elizabeth?
Yes, it's me.
Elizabeth, wait till you see.
Okay.
Take a look at this. We are inside the San Diego Air and Space Museum. We're going to try it. Let me see if I can call. Come on over here, little drone. Come on, drone. Come and say hi. Come on. What a good little drone. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on, drone. You can come on over and say hello. Look, there's wonderful Will. Look at that. I think he can get higher. Come on up here, drone. There you go. Come on over. Come on over here. Kyle, can you get him a little closer? There's Kyle operating our little drone right there. All right. Kyle doesn't even need to use his own eyes. He's got special insect eyes going on. Antennae is what he has. Kyle, that's pretty cool. This is amazing. This is a whole new world of travel. Let me get on this side.
Sure.
You actually give us your name and your title, because you are.
My name is Daryl. I'm the CEO of Action Drone Inc. And we are mostly in the industrial sector, but because the education aspect of it is so important, we had to get in it. What we've realized is that we need a way for the younger generation to actually start liking this technology.
Okay, now let's watch the drones.
Sure.
Look how fast they go. You got Kyle.
Sure.
He's operating this drone.
Yep.
Wonderful Will, here's what I want you to do. Wonderful Will, go behind Kyle. Go right behind Kyle right there. And then try to catch the drone as Kyle is operating, because this is what you'll be doing. You'll have to operate this thing, and then you use a joystick. Take a look at Kyle's joystick thing. Kyle,
Yes.
you don't even need, you're just doing it. You can see everything through your antenna.
Yes, I can. We have goggles that has a video feed from the drone itself. So it's like playing a video game, really.
Yeah.
And
Now, Daryl, this is you see, here's the deal, you guys. This is a business. It looks like fun and games.
It is, yeah.
And you can fly and you can maneuver all the way around.
Right.
Okay, let me see if we can do this. Can we get one of these It's just like right out of Star Wars. It sounds like Star Wars. Can we get one of the drones to look inside the window of this Pan American Airways, this is from the 1930s? Come on this side. Can you bring the drone on this side? On our side, and then lift the drone up and look inside the window, because this is what you do, right, Daryl? Come on over here and explain this. This is amazing.
Right.
So you go up buildings, you go up turbines.
We go up turbines, buildings, power lines, pretty much everything that we can use to inspect the drones with.
And you can look right inside the window.
Exactly.
Can you get it right to the window, Kyle?
It's as close, as safe as it gets. But the cameras are so good that he doesn't need to be that close.
Now, can you fly it over the Pan American plane? Fly it over and then on the other side. Fly it over there. There it goes up over and then down. That is amazing. They can go anywhere.
Anywhere. And so we're developing more technology to actually do work, create jobs, but we need people to man it. And that's why we were trying to make something fun. So in the museum.
So Daryl, look in there.
Sure.
And talk to all the parents and kids. This is not just a game. It's not just a toy.
Right.
You can buy them as toys.
Right.
But they have real world applications that can make you a lot of money. You can have a career.
Right, and that's really what it is. We don't want to tell kids that there's a career behind it, because it's fun, right? And so we're trying to make it fun for them first, and then when they need the career, they have a skill set that they've developed.
But there's a career out there now that did not exist before.
Right, and so there's a lot of job that's going to come in, and we need the kids to really fill that in.
Jason, Elizabeth, what a whole brave new world this is. The world of Star Wars, it's here. We're living it. It's for real. And it's at the San Diego Air and Space Museum. And you can come on down here and learn so much about not only the history of aviation, but the future. That's what this place is about. It's all about the future.
It really is.
Yeah.
And drones are going to play a big role in that future.
That little drone is...
Yeah, and guess what, Jason? Here's the thing. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
I can see it coming. I'm going to take this microphone. It's one day going to be a drone phone.
He's got a good point.
Probably.
Put it,
I'm sure.
It'll fly over to me, and I'll talk, and it will fly away.
It'll be a smart drone phone.
And I'll say, can you bring back a venti latte on your way back?
Yeah,
Is that what you'll say?
One day, is that coming too?
Yeah, I like your imagination.
We all love his imagination. Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, you guys.
Hey, something worth checking out perhaps this weekend.
Absolutely.
At the Air and Space
Sure.
Museum.
That place is a lot of fun, that's for sure. You learn a lot, too. Okay, well, we've got something fun to do this holiday weekend. Consider checking out the Air and Space Museum.
Fun is an understatement. I think Dave Scott has been having a blast checking out these drones.
Drone fun.
Yeah. Good morning.
Well, just when you get to the front door of the San Diego Air and Space Museum, Jason Elizabeth, it says "Enter for Fun." So it is that. This is the place. Especially now. Take a look. This is Alex. He's got a drone. The drones are taking over the world, but in a good way. Look how smooth. Look how level. That's unbelievable. It's like it's hanging on a string. You can just move it around, and you can take it up. And you can take it up, like check out the windows inside there. It's a whole new business. Because not only are drones fun, but there are so many business applications now, especially for monitoring things and seeing if things need repair. It's absolutely amazing. While we have the camera up there, we're at the San Diego Air and Space Museum, not too far from Lindbergh Field, where current conditions are this, in the mid-60s. We were 65 just a little while ago. Still the marine layer, some gray skies. We're going to put things in motion around the county. Quick check on some of the temperatures. Going to be nice and cool today, at least along the coast and into the inland valleys. Only about 78 degrees in the inland valleys, but big warm up for San Diego the rest of this week. The inland valleys will warm up about 20 degrees. Come on back down here. We have July 4th, of course. It's going to be a very popular weekend. And Alex is a master with that drone. He can actually bring it right on in to where wonderful Will and I are safely. And they can check. Yeah, look, it's the battle of the cameras. Wonderful Will versus a dynamic drone. It's like some kind of Star Wars movie. Daryl, come on over here, Daryl. Wonderful Will versus a dynamic drone. You are amazing. You started a company called Action Drone about 4 years ago,
Right.
And it's gone gangbusters.
Gangbusters. I mean, the work that's coming in, they're just very unique. And so we never even thought that some of these jobs are what we're going to end up doing, but companies are finding ways to use drones to solve their problems.
All right, Jason and Elizabeth, the drones are flying around us like it's just it's like something out of Star Wars. Let me just, Jason, Elizabeth, I'm going to ask you a question. Are you ready?
We are
Go for
ready,
it.
Dave. We are ready.
Here is the question for Jason, Elizabeth, and you're at home. Where do you think Daryl was when he started his company?
Where was he? In his garage.
And Elizabeth?
Well, if we're talking about a place in the home, or I would say in college, in a classroom.
Okay. Jason says you were in your garage. Elizabeth says you were in a college classroom. Who is closest?
The garage one. But really, it was in my video game room.
In his video game room? That's in your bedroom, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Wow.
His bedroom is his video game room. There you
I'm
go.
telling you.
And that's where he started his business.
Geniuses.
Exactly.
Genius.
It's
Wow.
where rock and roll, it's where Paul McCartney got his
Yeah.
start.
That's a good
Makes
point.
sense.
Sitting on his bed,
Yeah,
learning
genius.
his guitar, you know, Elvis, all those guys starting with just in their garage practicing.
Big
in
companies
their
like Microsoft and Apple, they all started from the garage, you know, and it's all, you know, because we like what we're doing, we love what we're doing. We didn't do it to start a business, we just kind of wanted to do it. And so for me, that was the case. I just wanted to fly things and see what I can see up there. And, you know, that turned into a business.
And the other thing is, nobody actually came and said, Daryl, I'm sorry, you just can't do that. You're going to have to go get a real job.
Actually, I get a lot of that all the time. In fact, I don't really talk about like how well my business is doing. And so I get people telling me, it's like, when are you going to start a real job, or when are you going to become a nurse or something like that? And I'm like, well, I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. And he's doing what he loves and what he thought of. That's a beautiful thing. He thought of this. He went out and developed it, and now you've gone from one employee. Jason, Elizabeth, question number 2 before I toss it back. Guess how many employees Daryl has now Action Drone. He started with one employee himself, and he probably didn't even think, I'm an employee of myself.
Right.
No, he didn't think of that. He just thought he's a regular guy. But now he has employees. Okay, Jason, give me your number.
I'll say 8.
8. Elizabeth?
I was going to go for 10.
Well, those are pretty close. So the only way you guys could get a tie is if he had 9 employees. How many employees do you actually have?
So we have 3 offices now. One here in San Diego, one in Denmark, and one in China. And so I think overall we have around 23 or 24.
Wow.
San Diego, Denmark, and China. That's enough.
Jeez, around
round
the
sample
world,
there.
Dave, around the world. For crying out loud.
Well, you know what, Dave, to your point, to the point you were making, a very successful entrepreneur said that the key to being a successful entrepreneur is to make your vocation your vacation. And it sounds like that's what he's doing.
Yeah, because Daryl's actually travels constantly around the world. He just got back from Colombia. You were over
No, I just got back from China.
China, okay.
Yeah. And basically we do a lot of work there because some of our contract has to do with infrastructure in China. Well, actually, it's 55 different countries that we have to deal with. China was just the one that I had to deal with.
You know, the applications are endless. You can work with, you were actually started in ROTC with the Air Force.
Right.
You can actually help the Air Force now in ways they never even thought of.
Well, we're actually doing something that I can't really talk about.
There you go.
Wow.
He's
Let me tell you.
actually, can you imagine that?
No, I can't.
He was in the ROTC. He just told me this a little while ago. He was in the ROTC Air Force, and he said he couldn't, he didn't really get his wings because he wears glasses.
Sure.
Now he's helping the Air Force in ways they didn't even know.
It's a great story. It really is.
He really does have a great story.
Yep.
And he also seems like such a genuine, nice guy,
Yeah.
too. Daryl.
Probably a good guy to work for.
He's one of the nicest guys.
I know.
He's one of the nicest guys I've ever met on a live shot. So, I mean, and everybody's nice, but Daryl, why are you so... I'll tell you why he's nice. I'm going to answer the question.
Okay.
Because he's doing what he loves.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that, there's no question about it. I wake up every day. It's not really work for me, It's. I mean, look what we're doing. We're flying in a museum. I mean, how many can say that,
Yeah.
Not many.
We're flying in a museum.
Well, we are glad to know him.
Sure.
Meet him.
All
Thank
right,
you.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
Good
And
stuff.
if you're going to fly in a museum, there's no better place than the Air and Space Museum,
Another very good
where
point.
it's all about flying.
Something to go
Awesome.
check out
Yeah.
this weekend, that's for sure. Thank you, Dave.
Well, California.
The technology is so hard to keep up with, but Dave's got just such an awesome job.
Love the world of wonder, or as we call them around these parts, wow. World of wonder. Wow. Great
Wow,
job,
Dave
Dave.
Scott.
That was awesome.
Elizabeth,
Yes.
you saw the flying car, and you see the drone part?
Yes.
Yeah. Right before Dubai, right before they showed Dubai.
Perfect segue.
Yeah. That is what people around the world are working on, whole new levels of getting around, but the applications are amazing and almost endless. And that's why this company, Action Drone, is here at the San Diego Air and Space Museum, because they are the future, even though they're right now. And they're getting contracts from around the world. It's hard to even list all the companies. Some of the companies we can't even tell you about because they work on infrastructure and all kinds of things that are proprietary things to certain countries. But flying cars is an application. Daryl Annunziato from Action Drone is a company that you started from your bedroom 4 years ago. Now it's huge all over the world. Office in China and Denmark and here in San Diego in Chula Vista, which is a business-friendly city.
Very nice city.
Very nice city. And but these things are happening in San Diego. It's like Comic-Con. We got 2021. Comic-Con is kind of in your world, but these flying cars.
Yes.
Have you addressed that world too, or?
Well, I think the flying car has always been everyone's dream. It's also my dream. I just haven't really looked into it because I'm a coward. I don't want to fly you know. Yet.
You know when they're safe.
Yes. When they're a little bit more safe, I'm definitely gonna, get one.
So you feel that even though I just did this World of Wonder, people got it, they actually have them, and Dubai is signed up for them.
Dubai signed up.
So they're actually going to put these in place. You'll step in, you'll take like a taxi, take a drone, and fly and land.
Yes. I think Uber is actually looking into something like this, where they are going to be able to just automate the order to take you from one place to the other. And because they have no restrictions on roads, it'll be a much faster deal.
Is this kind of like what we're seeing with where the technology is not quite really where everyone can do this with complete fear of the safety issue? Because we have this automated car whole thing. Apple started the self-driving cars. You hear about them, but then you.
I think
they hit a speed bump and they roll over.
Well, for me, it's still a little bit of novelty. I mean, if you look at 20 years ago, virtual reality from Game Boy was still kind of like, okay. But now, if you look at it, it's amazing. We designed through virtual reality. It's now real. And so I know it's going to come. It's just there's a time when it will be more acceptable.
Yeah, and Jason and Elizabeth, to give you an idea, it's like, I remember sitting at a place called Beef and Bun in La Mesa, and they had this Pong game. It was just Pong. It was just, you turn one dial and a little bleep would go across a dark screen, and it was like you're playing tennis, and the other person sitting on the other side, and they'd kind of block you. And then after that, the big thing was Pac-Man, and now it's unbelievable, this whole world.
Right, and that's why I say, the evolution of technology, it becomes acceptable. But if you don't introduce an idea like the flying cars, nobody will ever improve on it. And so I'm glad that it is happening, because I hate traffic. I mean, that's why I live 3 minutes from my house, or from my work to my house. But, for us, that should be happening to all of us. Yeah.
Or at least like a safe hover thing where you're not that far, where if you fall off, maybe you get, just carry some Band-Aids with you or something.
Well, kids have this saying called YOLO. Well, get in the car, YOLO, whatever.
You only live once.
You only live once.
Yeah, well, you and I think our lives are just a little bit more meaningful than just... than that, you guys. I got to tell you, this is an amazing thing. Are you able to bring one of these? Look at the team back there. This is called Action Drone.
Yeah.
Now, I know there's not much action going on in the corner, but I bet we can get one drone up in the air. Just one. We're going to put this in there. Because these are drones, you have them these size, like the yellow, and these are for, you said agriculture?
These are industrial work. So, for example, this is an agriculture drone. We are now, one of our partners actually mapping 250,000 acres of agriculture in Panama. Yeah, in sugarcane. And what it does, it'll increase production of sugar by 5%.
Well, you get these little drones, and it's just like the sound of it is even like Star Wars.
Right, but it functions just like the big ones. And so if they can handle these little fun stuff, they can handle the big stuff.
Yeah. Now, for you moms and dads at home, this is something that you are able to buy for like maybe $200-300.
Yeah, and in the near future, we'll be able to bring it down to like really affordable price, where what they call, somewhere they can just bring it at home, buying it from Walmart or something.
Daryl, you are amazing. You know what, Jason, Elizabeth, Daryl is like on the forefront of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's cutting edge. That's for sure.
He's got it going on. He's really a genius. I mean, this all came, like you said, Dave, from his head. Mm-hmm. At home playing video games. That's where it all started.
See, Mom and Dad, the kids should be playing video games. They could be just like Daryl.
I knew you were going there.
I take everything I've ever said to the two boys, because Aisha, she never really was into the video game thing. She was a singer. She's in Pittsburgh. She's doing good.
Yeah.
But the two boys, video games, they know them all. Dragon Ball Z, but I don't even know them all, you know. And I'd say, hey, you know, boys, there's only so many video games you can play. You can go outside, you know. Now, they can play a video game just like take a look at the controller. It's just like a video game, and be outside and be helping the world be a safer place.
It's true.
We need kids with video games.
That's right.
There is some
I
truth
take
there.
back everything I said to my boys. Even Wonderful Will. Wonderful Will, I take back everything any advice I've ever given you, Wonderful Will. I take it all back.
Wow.
Well, you know, I did base my business plan with video games in mind. So I'm a gamer, and honestly, like, if it works, you know, games created strategy for me, and so strategy gave me the insight of how to run the business.
All right. Do we have time for one more interview? Jim Kidrick, CEO, President. How does this work into your world, Adventureland, also known as San Diego Air and Space Museum? You got drones. I know it's aviation, but that's just the start.
It really is, and this is about the future, and you've seen the future, and it's exciting, and it's changing really every day. You know, we also have in the museum now a virtual reality opportunity over by our flight simulator. So the VR, AR, augmented reality, the drones, it is just growing in leaps and bounds, and it's exciting, and it is fun, okay, but technologically, you know, it's beyond, and it's changing so quickly, it's going to be jobs for the next generation.
And it is, and you were in the Navy. You flew the A4s, right?
Yep.
A7. Okay. Now, some of these drones can just take the place of some of the pilots.
Well, they really can, and what you're going to find is that classic question in the future is, what's the mix, manned to unmanned? Because there are going to be missions for both, and now we just got to figure out what that equation is.
Yeah. All right. Yep. The equation right now is 2. The answer is 2. 1 museum, 1 human, but 1 KUSI viewer. Put them together, you get 2.
Wow, that was profound.
Dave, he is away with words.
You know what's interesting,
And so does
Dave,
Tim.
is when we tossed to you, Dave, we had just learned about flying cars, and right behind you, hanging from the ceiling, is that PBY is essentially like a flying boat.
Yeah, this is actually really created, conceived almost, if you will, by Reuben H. Fleet. And these PBYs, they were actually way back when. I mean, we're talking the 1930s into the 1940s and during World War II. And yeah, you can see the bottoms and see how the wheels are embedded. You can get these right down onto, they're like flying boats, and they had different models, the 4, the 5, and so forth. So yeah, you can see all this history. You can see that one, like a little glider, and there's a kind of a man's there, a little pilot laying on his belly in that little plane. So there's a lot of history that we don't know, and all of this has led into what Daryl Annunziato is now doing with action drones. So you can be part of this world.
It's very cool, Dave. Thanks a lot. We've really enjoyed it this morning.
Yes, thank you, Dave, and thanks
It's
to
amazing.
Daryl and Tim out
Yeah,
there, too.
great job. Well, thousands of fans are let.
Honestly, those things are so rock solid that I'd trust it.
State Treasurer John Chiang is running for governor of California, and he's starting a 4-day campaign road trip here in San Diego. And he's joining us this morning to tell us about why he wants to be governor. John, thanks for showing up here.
Oh, great to be here. Good morning, San Diego.
Yes, thank you.
Today, we're facing some of those same challenges from Washington, D.C., and their actions on housing, on healthcare. I want to take a different road. Let's respond. Let's be more proactive. Let's be California. Let's be San Diego. Biotechnology, aerospace, so many, the drones that you were talking about, right? Partnering with Denmark and China and Mexico. That's how we're going to be very different than the others.
How about the bullet train that Governor Brown is really pushing it? What about President Trump's proposed border wall down with the U.S.-Mexico border. Is that something you would support?
No, I don't think it's smart. California is the most powerful economic engine. We are the world's 6th largest economy. Mexico is our largest trading partner. Why do we want to put up a wall with our international trading partners? Why is America leading, and why is America going to demonstrate the finest economy to the rest of the country? Our partners in Mexico, Daryl, who's talking about Denmark, with Asia. 90% of the world's growth is going to happen for the middle class with Asia. Let's build those middle market, not just large company markets, so that we can grow greater jobs here in California, the jobs of the 21st century.
Renewable energy. We're producing a lot of solar power here in California. We're shipping it to other states. What can we do to make it more profitable?
We're going to have to make sure, and I work on this stuff, we need to make sure we invest in more storage in this state, more transmission lines, right? There's greater needs. And we have to make sure that we have a clean economy. San Diego is blessed with this beautiful coast, right? We want to make sure that we continue to upgrade the air. So we have to, and we get billions of dollars from tourism. People want to come here to this great state, to this great region from all across this globe. So that's part of it, a clean economy.
How do you feel, where do you stand on the issue of affordable housing? That's a big